to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
Woo! I can finally talk about it. The cat is out of the bag. Valve has announced its family, if you will, of devices that will use the Steam operating system. Now, this family of devices, I'm going to show it to you right now, and then we're going to talk about it. This episode today is going to be dedicated to the whole idea of what Steam is, what it means, and what's going to happen in this space. We're going to see what this whole thing is about. Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, today, you're going to see a lot of ass kissing, especially from the media. This, my friends, is a Steam Deck. If you don't know what a Steam Deck is, well, your boy has had one. And for a long period of time, I chose the Steam Deck over my ROG Ally. That's the regular ROG Ally. Until this bad boy showed up. My ROG Ally X. My Xbox ROG Ally X. And boy, did that replace that. But I can't lie. For a long period of time, this device here did everything I asked of it. Played PlayStation games, played Xbox games, played PC games, did everything. And it did it easily. Pick up and play. That's all I've ever asked of the device. I didn't ask for too much. I asked for exactly what they had for me, and this was it. So, a lot of times, you're going to see these individuals try to hype up what we're about to talk about next. Now, what we're going to talk about is the great announcement that we've seen today. Now, I've known about this announcement for a while, and it was nothing that I could say about the situation until today. And today has happened, and now we can actually talk about all this wonderful information. The things is, you're going to see across a ton of people's channels a lot of disingenuous grifters. And these disingenuous grifters are going to tell you how what we're about to talk about is a console. It's a hybrid PC. We're going to talk about the controller, which is a wonderful device. I actually like it. We're going to talk about the VR, which people told you VR was dead. And we're going to talk about the actual console itself. And also the Steam Deck 2. A lot of stuff to cover. We're going to talk about prices, where a lot of these guys aren't going to give you accurate prices. You're going to have stupid people saying different prices, but I'm going to give you some accurate prices. And we're going to talk about capabilities of the machine and what you can look forward to of the various machines across this whole family. Now, not everyone is going to be as transparent as I'm about to be based upon their agendas. Remember, just a week ago, Xbox was vilified for having the hybrid PC console strategy. Xbox was vilified for having open storefronts and an open system. Xbox has been vilified for everything that Xbox has done. But today, you're going to notice those same people championing with the pitchforks are the same people out here waving the green flag, talking about, come on, land, let's go. This is a 100% great products, family of products. I cannot wait to dig into these topics today because I'm going to break it down like no other.
Hey everyone, this is Steam Deck. Steam Deck is our powerful, portable, handheld gaming PC that lets you take your Steam library with you anywhere. We're pretty proud of it. People who own Steam Decks have been playing everywhere, and we couldn't be happier with the response we've heard from all of you. We're excited to talk about the future of Steam Deck, but not today, because this isn't a video about the future of Steam Deck. This is a video about the future of Steam hardware. Today, we're announcing 3 new members of the Steam hardware lineup. All connect you with powerful PC gaming, all are optimized for gaming with Steam, and all are shipping in early 2026. Let's start with this one.
Before we jump over to that one, Jim, the Steam Deck 2 is going to be a robust machine, and it won't be ready by next year. But the devices that you're about to see are going to be ready for early 2026, with the Steam Deck 2 releasing sometime in 2027.
This is the new Steam controller. The new Steam controller puts all of your Steam games at your fingertips, so you can play wherever and however you want. Just like with Steam Deck, we want you to be able to play any game with your Steam controller, even games never built with a controller in mind. It has all the great features from Steam Deck, like trackpads, gyro, and back buttons, all in a comfortable form factor. Its next-generation magnetic thumbsticks let you play with improved responsiveness and longevity. We put capacitive touch sensors on the thumbsticks and now on the back of the controller too, so you can enable precision gyro aiming with the touch of your thumb or your pinky if you're feeling fancy.
Now, one thing I can say is that early on, I got my hands on an actual Steam machine because Steam tried this early on. So I purchased an actual Steam machine. But what I've learned from that whole experience was the controller that came with that Steam machine, it was an Alienware Steam machine. It came out in 2014. It was a failed project, but the controller itself was a wonderful device. I actually like the controller. I still have one till this day.
Play for way too long with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery that allows for over 35 hours of playtime. With Steam Controller, we want to make charging and wireless pairing something that's actually easy. That's why we created the Puck. The Puck is a combination wireless adapter and magnetic charger included with every Steam controller. Snap it on to charge. Once you're charged up, snap it off again. You can play over Bluetooth or a wired connection too. The new Steam controller works with any device running Steam or Steam Link, whether it's a PC, Mac, handheld, smartphone, Steam Deck, or the new Steam machine.
Now, that charging puck, that's an ingenious idea. Just hangs right there. It has 3 little magnetic strips that's on the back. The controller goes right over it, sucks right up into it, and it actually starts charging. So it won't be able to charge like if the puck is upside down. You have to worry about accidental charging or anything like that. It's more of an intentional thing. The controller will, feel fantastic in your hands with all the buttons and everything that I do like. The 30 plus hours of charge, that is a comforting thought because you don't want to be in the middle of a game and then you have a problem, you have an issue. But the other Steam controller used the dongle. This isn't using the dongle. It has the Bluetooth and it has the wired to it, and I believe they said over Wi-Fi. But again, the controller is an upgrade over the previous controller. The previous controller had a learning curve. If I'm going to tell you the truth, it did take a little bit of getting used to. This new controller looks like it's more, how would I say it, console ready.
Oh, this is the new Steam machine. Steam Machine is a powerful gaming PC in a small but mighty package, designed for your games on the big screen. It's quiet too, which is crazy since it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, powered by a discrete, semi-custom AMD GPU, enabling 4K gaming at 60 frames per second with FSR. Steam Machine runs SteamOS made for a bigger screen, built for gaming in your living room, your office, or wherever you play, with the rest of your PC accessories.
With a small form factor, kind of looking reminiscent of the Xbox Series X, but just cut down and smaller, this machine looks like it fits right into your library inside your cabinet, right? It looks like a little thing that could be hid right in plain sight. And it has the LED strips on it that is nice with the removable faceplate. The machine seems to have everything on the go ready. Also, a custom AMD chipset, well, semi-custom AMD chipset, means that the machine is current and ready to go. With FSR, you're looking at artificial frames, but hey, to keep that 4K 60, what else you're going to use, right? You're definitely going to need some FSR.
Steam Machine borrows some great features from Steam Deck, like lightning-fast sleep and wake, an SD card slot to easily expand your storage, and brings some new tricks of its own, like a customizable LED strip, which can show different system functionalities, or your own light show. Steam Machine is a PC, so run whatever software you want, and it works with all your favorite desktop and gaming accessories. Steam Machine is designed to work hand in hand with the Steam controller, with the low latency, wireless connectivity of the Steam controller puck built right in. And it's great for streaming your games to your phone, tablet, laptop, Steam Deck, or Steam Frame.
Now, this is the part where a lot of those guys are going to tell you, oh, streaming your games is 100% great thing. How I love streaming my games and how it's so versatile how the Steam machine is. Yeah, I actually know. I've had one, and I also have a Steam Deck. So, I actually could tell you that it was definitely fun, and it's definitely a great thing. And I felt that modern gaming should be in this area. Walled gardens are a thing of the past, and I am glad that they understand it.
Oh, yep, this is Steam Frame. Steam Frame is Valve's next-generation VR hardware. Stream all your Steam games, VR and non-VR alike, in this comfortable, lightweight, wireless VR headset. Steam Frame uses camera-based tracking, so getting into your games is as easy as slipping on the headset and waking it up. Steam Frame controllers, included with the headset, are designed with all the inputs you need for your VR titles, like motion controls and capacitive tracking for all your fingers, as well as a split gamepad layout to work with your whole Steam library. They even feature the same magnetic thumbsticks as Steam controller for responsiveness and longevity. Steam Frame also pairs seamlessly with the new Steam controller, a great companion for playing non-VR games in the headset. To make sure streaming is smooth and stable no matter what, Steam Frame includes a wireless adapter that lets you stream your games from your PC to your headset over a fast and dedicated Wi-Fi 6 connection. And the game is streamed to your frame optimized for VR, using new technology that allows for the highest resolution streaming exactly where your eyes are looking.
I'm a huge VR fan. And if it's not, the MetaQuest 3 or the Oculus or the Valve Index or the PlayStation VR, be it PlayStation VR 2, PlayStation VR 1, I've had it all. And I understand that this is necessary and this is in their DNA. I can't wait to try this machine out because it looks like a merge between whatever Apple's thing is, Power, whatever the hell it is, I don't know, and probably MetaQuest 3, right? So again, if they can merge these two, wireless, because listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, wireless is the only way to go, and it is probably the reason why my PlayStation VR 2 headset kind of sits there. But the dongle that you had, and I have I had the Valve Index and, that single wire, but it had the little satellite stuff. This looks like it does away with all that stuff. And again, very intriguing, very, very, very VR. And being that they do have Half-Life Alex, wonder if they're going to have a couple of other titles. We'll talk about that later.
And Steam Frame is a PC running Steam OS. In addition to streaming, you can install and play a bunch of VR and non-VR games right in the headset without a host PC. You can also expand your onboard storage to fit even more games with a micro SD card. Steam Controller, Steam Machine, and Steam Frame. All built with the same DNA as Steam Deck, all powered by Steam, work together, and can be used however you'd like with whatever peripherals and accessories you choose. Everything you see here is the culmination of what we've learned from our previous hardware experience and what we wanted ourselves as gamers. Powerful PC gaming in an open ecosystem, giving you more ways to enjoy the games you love and discover new ones. Steam Controller, Steam Machine, and Steam Frame are all shipping in early 2026. Learn more at steampowered.com/hardware.
Okay, so with that whole little infomercial going with the Steam family and library of things that we have ahead of us, I think the Steam Machine, the Steam Frame, the Steam Controller, and eventually the Steam Deck 2 will have a nice little trio, quattro, if you will, of devices. And I don't know why I keep excluding the Steam Deck 2. I think this is the biggest thing. Price will be key. And I think price-wise, it's going to come in at a competitive price point. The price point is going to be something that is going to terrify, you say, the console manufacturers such as Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Now, Nintendo is uniquely positioned where they have a machine that is a console that is handheld, all in one. And they're able to dance between two worlds, if you will. The other two are at a different impasse. Now, the one whose feet is stuck in the sand is Sony. And the sad part about it is, as this all plays out, Sony is a bystander watching with no games, no new hardware, and just time, watching time tick away. Now, Nintendo is at an advantage is because they have released their machine into the wild ahead of this. So Nintendo is at a plus. PlayStation is at a -6, right? Because you got to look at the years that it's going to take for those devices to actually hit the streets, which you say to 2027, they can get their handheld out the door, and their handheld is in the wild. And then after that, you're saying late 2028 or 2029 if they can actually get hardware out the door. All right, so looking at PlayStation, they are in a distance. Nintendo's at the forerunner right now, with Xbox having released a device in this Xbox ROG Ally X, which is an overpriced device when compared to the Steam Deck, right? So the Steam Deck itself actually comes in at a wonderful price point when you compare it to the Xbox ROG Ally X. Now, the Steam Deck is still a more powerful device when you compare it to the Nintendo Switch 2. So it beats it in power, so you will pay a little bit more, but not too much, just $50 more than the Switch 2. Okay, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of what the consoles look like. I'm going to give a detailed breakdown. I have all the specs of what the machine is. I have all the specs. I've been had all the specs. I have all the specs for the machine. So I'm going to do a whole detailed video breaking down the specs of the machine. I don't see that machine being a threat to what Magnus is. Not in the least. But you have to look at it in this framing. It's going to be extremely cheap, right? You're looking at a machine that can come in at $499. And that coming in at $499 in the early half of next year. Whereas the Magnus is not showing up until the second half of next year. The second half of next year, you say November or perhaps, well, not November, perhaps, November, where you have the Steam machine coming out, you say April, May, they're going to rule the first half of the year, right? So, and the price point is absolutely key. Now, would that take anyone that's on the Xbox ecosystem over there? Remember, PlayStation is at a -6, and that is going to go up as the years tick, right? Hashtag no PlayStation 6. This is looking horrible for these guys. Where Nintendo is a net positive, Xbox is kind of breaking even here with the Steam machine showing up early with the controller and the VR. So the VR is in a space totally isolated by itself. The only person that it's going up against is, you could say, this bad boy here. It's going up against the MetaQuest 3, right? With that being the only fight that it actually had. And I'm not going to lie, I can honestly tell you that every time it was going up against Oculus or any type of VR, I kind of chose Valve head and shoulders above everything else. And this will probably be the case again. I do love the color scheme. I've never really liked the white color scheme on this thing, and the black Xbox One is a S version, which is the smaller version, and doesn't really appeal to me at all. All right, so again, looking at the Steam Deck 2, which is going to be a way more robust machine than the Nintendo, but Nintendo has a head start. So Nintendo by themselves, they're winning, right? Going up against Xbox. Price point will be key. The Steam Deck 2 will come in at a cheaper price point than the Xbox ROG Ally X. And that thing will probably be comparable in specs because it will be a 2-year device. It will come out in 2027. So that device will be cheaper and as powerful, if not more powerful. The thing that this thing has over the Steam Deck 2 is that it has all storefronts and Game Pass. All right. So Xbox guys, you're pretty cool if you got that. And by that time, maybe there's a price drop in the Xbox ROG Ally X whenever the Steam Deck comes out. But then we get into the console. The console itself is not as powerful as anything that the Xbox is talking about, even if they do a 2 SKU approach. And this machine is doing the 2 SKU approach. So the cheaper SKU is definitely going to be $499, with a higher price SKU probably coming in somewhere as $599. All right, so the $599 device still, it's not going to be as robust as the Magnus, but this does put the PlayStation again at a -8 now because they're too far out with another player inside the market that does have the ability to play their games. It can play their games because it is a PC. And it does have their games in the storefront, and PlayStation is going day and date. Every day they're losing leveraging power when it comes to who they are and what they are. Closed wall gardens are not the thing, and it's not the wave. Shout out to Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer tweeting about Steam and Valve having such a wonderful announcement of their machines because they're kind of in line where Xbox is going, But where Xbox is going is completely, totally different in the sense that their device is going to have multiple storefronts where you have Epic, you have GOG, you have soon to be the PlayStation app that will be on that device. You have Game Pass natively. So you have a lot of different things that machine definitely cannot offer the populace. My only question is, if you do have a PC, who is this device for? Now, maybe it's for the living room, right? Maybe you have a PC and you have, like me, my media room, my PC. My other media room upstairs, my PC. My laptop goes with me for work on the go. So if I am inside the living room, I have my device there. I can buy that device, which is a cheaper device that allows me to play my whole Steam library. So this is enticing to somebody that wants to extend their Steam library. Now, that Valve, I was about to call it the Index, the Steam frame, that machine does not need a PC. It's an isolated device, just like this device here. So that way you don't have to worry about that, but you're able to stream your stuff from it if you use the dongle to plug it into your PC or plug it into your Steam machine. Then I'm telling you now, price is key. Like I said, I believe it's going to be $4.99. I believe the higher price one is going to be $5.99. The VR is going to be the one that's going to be tricky. That thing could come in at $4.99, could come in at $5.99. I don't really know too much. I know as we get closer to it, what we can expect. But what we got was a Megaton bomb today. And if anybody knows where the Megaton bomb landed, it kind of landed on Sony. Because Sony lost its bargaining power knowing that they have to go to PC day and date. With the PC actually invading the living room in the form of Microsoft and Steam, that kind of leaves PlayStation on the outs. And PlayStation is going to need help. With Nintendo kind of being isolated from this whole situation, totally in its own space, not necessarily needing anybody's help. The only one is at the piss poor mark is PlayStation. If you look at that state of play yesterday, a lot of you guys really didn't like it. And if PlayStation can only release one game per year, and then those games are being released on PC day and date, well, then really your bargaining power as a powerhouse is pretty much done. And I'm sorry to say, man, this is what happens when you pick the wrong horse in the race and it just really doesn't pan out for you. But you're going to get a lot of fake news guys telling you that this affects Xbox in some way. If that device actually had multiple storefronts, then I would say, oh, snap, they're in trouble. But they don't. And that's Xbox's ace in the hole. Y'all just really didn't understand it. But you notice now, hybrid PC consoles is in, streaming is in, VR is dope. When it's something that somebody champions, then you're going to see a twist. And I'm just glad that y'all got a chance to watch the twist. But this is Xbox Frontline News, your boy the King. This is a wonderful day for gaming in general. I want everybody to actually embrace it. Look at the prices when the prices do come up. I'm definitely going to have me a Steam machine. I'm definitely picking up a Steam frame. Well, the controller, hopefully that controller ships with the device, because the way they're talking is like the device is not going, the controller is not going to ship with the Steam machine. If that happens, that's diabolical, right? Think about that. They keep talking about it like it's separate entities, right? That this device, that controller will not ship with the device. It better ship with the device. I just didn't think about that until right now. But hey, I'm gonna tell y'all to do what I always do, like I suggest you do, and go where winners win and gamers game, and try to play the Game Pass.
Play it day one with Game Pass.